We don't want a flock replacement. We don't want Axon. We don't want mass surveillance, period. Denver City Council is voting on whether to continue expanding mass surveillance across our city by handing it over to a company called Axon. Axon already supplies the Denver Police Department with tasers, body cameras, and drones. And now Mayor Mike Johnston wants to give them control of a citywide network of license plate reader cameras. Join us at Denver City Council for the vote on Monday, March 23rd. Let's talk about what these ALPR cameras actually do. They don't just scan license plates. Every time you pass one, it photographs your vehicle, records your locations, and the exact time you were there. Over time, that creates a detailed map of your life, where you live, where you work, where you spend time, and who you're connected to. And you don't even have to be suspected of a crime. This system collects data on everyone. These technologies rely on artificial intelligence systems that analyze large amounts of historical policing data to determine where police should focus surveillance and enforcement. That data comes from decades of racially biased policing over surveillance and the criminalization of Black, brown, immigrant, and low-income communities. When this data is used to train AI systems, the technology doesn't actually predict crime. It predicts where police have already chosen to patrol, and then it sends them back there over and over again. Biased policing creates biased data. That data trains biased AI, and that AI justifies even more surveillance and policing in the same communities under the guise of neutrality because it was generated by an algorithm rather than a human. This threatens everyone, but it will always hit Black and brown communities first and hardest. Axon has made millions of dollars off of multi-year contracts with ICE, especially under the Trump administration. Axon makes massive profits off of detention, deportation, and surveillance. By having the same technologies used by both Denver Police Department and ICE, it creates the conditions for shared surveillance networks where data, tools, and technologies can move across agencies. This will put immigrant, Black, and brown communities at extreme risk. Massive profits will be made off of expanding surveillance in our city. Profits that go directly to a corporation that is already enacting violence in communities across the country. If this surveillance technology is introduced, it won't just come with cameras. There will be training and implementation. That means even more funding going to the Denver Police Department to train officers how to operate and utilize these systems. At a time when our city's budget is already stretched so thin for everyone else, we absolutely do not need more money going into training the police. We need investment in affordable housing, in public education, in healthcare, and food access, investment in the resources that actually keep people safe and supported. The city is making a choice: surveillance over community. Sign the petition, call your city council member, and tell them to vote no. Join us at Denver City Council for the vote on Monday, March 23rd. We need to make it clear to the mayor and city council that Denver does not belong to mass surveillance companies.